Moving on, at least 68 people have been treated for gunshot wounds in Zimbabwe after police rounded up demonstrators of violent protest this week. Doctors in the capital say many have come in for treatment after being beaten by security forces. Police on Tuesday said they had arrested more than 200 people following the protest. At least 3 people, including a police officer, have died. There's been no immediate government comment on the series of arrests or allegations of violence by police and soldiers.
They are alleging that he has incited violence through Twitter and other forms of social media, particularly in the Central Business District. We've asked for full particulars: when, how. They say they don't know. They'll give that to him at the police station. We've asked how asking for people to stay away can constitute incitement to violence. But of course, this is a new dispensation.
These protests we called for doesn't have anything to do with politics at all. They do not have anything to do with electoral issues at all. They do not have anything to do with Nelson Chamisa, whom is the opposition president. Ours is all about fuel. Ours is all about the skyrocketing prices of basic needs.
I cannot say it is Zvabudirira, but end of this day, maybe we will hear good results. Government actually teaching because people were not even happy. Even up to now, they are still in fear.
The way it looks like the people, they want to go to work, but unfortunately, since these transport operators are not willing to take them.
The United Nations says at least 890 people are believed to have been killed in ethnic violence in the Northwestern Democratic Republic of Congo last month. The figure doubles an estimate provided on Monday by a local priest and a civil society activist who'd said that at least 400 people had been killed in bloodshed, which led the government to cancel voting there in last month's presidential election. UN human rights spokeswoman Ravina Shamdasani says there's only the number of people actually buried, but that report.
The population of the town was 18. Yeah, we've received reports that in mid-December in the west of the country, in Mayundumbe province, at least 890 people were killed in what is believed to be intercommunal clashes. Now, I have to emphasize that 890 is the number of people that we know were actually buried. But there are reports that many others may have been killed and their bodies may have been dumped in the Congo River or they may have been burned to death. The population of the town was 18,000. Of those, 16,000 have fled across the border to the Republic of Congo. So we are going to try to interview these people and to try to figure out exactly what happened. What we understand is that there are 2 communities, and these were clashes that erupted between these 2 communities over the burial of a tribal chief. There are some allegations that there may be state officials who are complicit, but we have not been able to look into these allegations yet. What we are going to do is to continue our investigation. We understand that the Congolese government has also initiated an investigation. And what we are stressing is that it is very important for this investigation to be prompt and thorough, and for individuals who are responsible for the violence to be held accountable. Otherwise, what will end up happening is that there will be a gross sense of injustice and anger in these communities who have suffered these violations. And we are worried that this may lead to new episodes of violence, which will trigger another cycle.
Let's go back now to our main story this week in Kenya, where authorities say they've arrested 9 people in connection to the deadly attack on a hotel complex in Nairobi on Tuesday. We have with us now Kenyan journalist Cyrus Ombati for more updates on this story. Cyrus, if you can hear me, we understand that 9 people have been arrested so far. What more do we know about the investigation at this stage? seems we're having difficulties with the connection over there. We're sorry about that. But moving on now, officials in Mali say gunmen on motorbikes have killed more than 30 Tuareg civilians this week in the northern region of the country. The violence escalates an already critical security situation in the desert region used by jihadist groups to launch attack in Mali and across West Africa. This attack follows the killings of more than 40 Tuareg civilians in the same area in mid-December and the death of 15 Fulani civilians in Mali's central Mopti region in the same month. Mali has been in crisis since Tuareg rebels and loosely allied Islamists took over its north in 2012, prompting French forces to intervene to push them back the following year. Burundi's parliament has voted to move the country's capital from Bujumbura back to the ancient capital of Gitega. The move is expected to take place over 3 years. The first to move will be the upper house of parliament, the Senate, starting on Friday. President Pierre Nkurunziza, who has to sign off the change, promised in 2007 to move the capital, saying Gitega is more centrally placed in Burundi. However, critics are skeptical about the motives behind the move. Bujumbura is to remain the economic capital of the country. Still to come on the program. Senegal tracks its development goals with a new railway line. That's after the break. Please stay with us.